I let a stranger I met online fly me out for my birthday. Here's how it went. About the time I got flew out to Dallas for a guy.
Waited to meet a guy I've been talking to for a little over a month. This is me at the airport, y'all. Nervous. After 3 weeks of talking, he booked my flight in order for me to meet him. This is me talking about how I felt prior to, so I will share those clips later. You let me know if you want them. But anywho, like I said, we only have been talking for 3 weeks, and maybe not even 3 weeks, maybe 2, and he booked me a flight to meet him in Dallas, which was sweet of him because he lives in Houston and I had never been to Dallas. So he was like, okay, let's take a trip to Dallas. I'm like, cool. So now it's to the point where you got to tell your close friends and your family. And then the questioning starts. Do you even know him? Do y'all have any mutual friends? What if this happened? What if that happened? Which is totally understandable. But y'all, I was just at that phase of my life where I had already tried the dating scene. I was just like, this is my last straw. After this, if this don't go well, I am completely done.
Do you think he showed up?
Flying out is like a gamble, though, that you play.
Yeah, it really, I'm like scared to do it, especially like if I've never like hung out. Like I always get scared to do it if like I've never hung out with them for like more than a few days at a time.
I do this thing where I just fly out without even knowing them.
No, she will DM them and be like, fly me out.
And
I'll be like,
sometimes.
okay.
It's worked like, never mind. I don't want to expose myself. No, that's too much. You gotta pretend you don't know that.
I'm probably about to say something that a lot of people are not gonna like, but I'm gonna just be real. I've seen it too many times scrolling on TikTok that girls are like, oh, I got flued out and all this happened and it was by a rapper or athlete. Like, let's be real. You know why you were getting flued out in the first place, okay? It wasn't that you was gonna go down there and miraculously change this man's mind, okay? You knew what you were going out there to do. No means no, okay? Let's just get that clear. But you knew why you were going down there. So if this man is not your boyfriend, if you guys are not spending quality time, if you guys are not talking all the time, and I'm not talking about a week or two leading up to the time that he's flying you out, you already know what you do when you hop on that Delta flight when you make it in Cabo. Okay? You like, let's be for real. Like, y'all got to start being honest with yourself, and you need to take some accountability. Like, you cannot be mad at these men because you already knew what you was doing, okay? And by no means am I saying that that's acceptable on any means scales, but you knew why you were going in the first place. Like, let's be honest.
And I think a lot of women want the experience of a man paying for everything the same way he would if he was taking her on a date. Women do like small gestures when a man is paying for her living arrangements. A lot of these women are saying they turned on by it, but it's also another win for the woman because she wants sex just as much as the man do. A lot of these women out here are looking for that big peen. They want to have a great sexual experience. It's definitely a win-win for the man and the woman.
Now here's some tips to keep in mind when getting flown out. Number 1, make sure it's a round trip ticket. No one ways or no, I'll pay you when you get here. Negative. You do not have time to be chasing no man your money back. Next further. Number 2, make sure you have hotel reservations in your name. You do not want to be locked up in his house, a sex slave, or because he flew you out. Just as much as he needs his privacy, you need some privacy as well, and you are not there to be a sex slave or to play housewife. Number 3, make sure you have emergency funds. You should not be flying nowhere if you don't have your own money in your pocket. You want to be able to stand for yourself if you start acting funny or if the vibes are not correct. If those things are not in place, my girl, you should not be going nowhere.
It is very sad and unfortunate that a lot of women put their worth into being flued out to basically to sleep with a stranger for a day or two and go back home.
About, the expectations men have on you when they fly you out. So I'm just going to give my take. Okay, so first things first, this is based on the assumption that like you're casually dating someone or just started dating them and they're flying you out, not like a long-term partner or anybody like super serious. So I think that a lot of men, this is my assumption, that when they fly women out, they expect that you want to do the nasty. I also think that, we don't have to do anything we don't want to do, period. And that's why I think the best approach is, if you are not interested in doing that, either don't get flown out or set expectations immediately. Like, oh, you want to fly me out, just so you know I'm not doing that. A person like me, like, I am prude. I know that about myself. It takes me forever to want to do that anyways. So I have never accepted an offer to get flown out because I don't want to deal with the discomfort of the expectations. And I'm sure there are plenty of men who don't have those expectations, but I just feel like most of them do. And I know myself. And I think, like, sometimes there's right and wrong, which is obviously what's right is, like, we should be able to do things without being expected to do other things. But we also have to operate in reality. And the reality is, a man could take you to freaking Chipotle and have expectations. So yeah, when they spend a lot of money on a flight, it kind of is like, well, what, they kind of probably are thinking like, oh, she's probably flying out here to do this. Or, amongst other things, but they're probably expecting that you're at least interested in doing that. Of course, there are exceptions, but I think, the best practice is to protect yourself. So I'm really just not into the getting flown out thing. Like, I think men have this new thing, like, where they be like, oh, this is from, like, I've seen men say this to my friends, but like, I want to take you on a vacation. I want to take you there. Like, they think that's like cool to like suggest as like a first date, or not even just a first date, but like super early. And it's just like, no. However, if you're a person who is totally comfortable with that, or you see that, that might be a possibility, or you're interested in doing those things, it's like, why not get flown out? But I think if you're a person who is like less likely, it's probably best to set those expectations or just not go at all.
I'm not trying to put a negative cap on men getting women a plane ticket to come out to their city and visit them. That's how dating actually happens. This has always been going on. It's just been the toxic women out there that's been putting some little negativity in the game when it comes to dating, because everybody posting videos of their bad experience, going out to see someone. And I have heard friends of mine talk this way. They'll be like, hey, dating nowadays, a woman is just a plane ticket away. What's a flight? That's why a lot of men are not really looking for relationships. Some of these men out here have a 7-day of the week rotation of women. That's why men are noticing that it's really no point of even getting married anymore. You can pretty much just have a woman for every day of the week and live your best life as a man. But that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out, like the video, drop a comment down below, and also don't forget to follow me on Datingwright Clips and Ronin Passport. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.